Hello to my Scorpios. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get into it, Scorpios. Happy first of the month. Happy first quarter moon. Happy getting ready for this total lunar eclipse. Totally letting go. Also, Uranus goes retrograde in Gemini on the 6th of September. So, a lot to get ready for. Lots to get ready for. Let's get into it. Talking to you wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart. Scorpios rule 8th house. All right. 8th house. So 8th house is the house of intimacy and shared possessions. Let's get it. Let's see if we can get some good news for you all, Scorpios. Let's get it. I trust my intuition. All right. I trust my intuition. And find out what your zodiac sign is in your 8th house. 8th house. Somebody is a ruthless fire sign. Somebody is ruthless. So when it comes to sex, somebody flies off the handle. Somebody jumps to conclusion when it comes to sex. When it comes to sex and money, somebody is ruthless. All right, here we have the King of Swords here. This is what you and somebody have in common. You and somebody made some kind of a connection when it comes to a fire sign. And when it comes to like somebody's impulsive and aggressive and angry temper. Somebody has a temper. And you're seeing something from a high frequency and you're trusting your intuition. It's like somebody, when it comes to sex and money, and is something real unhealthy, if they don't know how to nurture themselves, it doesn't take much to set them off. Whoever the energy is, it doesn't take much to set them off. It's like what you have in common with somebody is that you know how to go through a rebirth. Like on my channel, I talk about like, and I'm tapping into energy, by the way, I'm channeling energy. But it's like you have something in common with an air sign who knows how to go through a rebirth. In other words, if you need to hit a reset button, you go out and get some fresh air, right? You know how to go out and get some fresh air, clear your mind, pour back into yourself, right? Whatever your moon sign is, you just know how to go out and get some fresh air, clear your mind, hit a reset button, right? You know how to save yourself. This is a Knight of Cups, and it's not necessarily by going to get a new love, right? Some people, they feel like they need to go have sex, they need to go and jump into another relationship. Some people, they just go out and get some fresh air. They go pour, that's the way they pour into themselves. They say themselves, they go and they sit by water, right? Go sit by water, take a glass of water, or, during a staff meeting, they frustrated, what's going on at work. They like, you know what, let me go grab a bottle of water and go take a walk, okay? These people sitting around this conference table are tripping. Let me go grab some water and just go take a walk, right? Some people, the way they handle it, they snap, right? So here we have the Knight of Cups here. And so this is something that's inherited because you can already see something is not going to work out. You already see something is not going to work out. Like this Six of Cups is coming out again. So if y'all have watched, some people, so thank you if you're one of the subscribers or one of the, community that watches all of the signs in your birth chart. So I appreciate all the love. I send it right back. Love and light to everybody. Some people, they'll cry about something and they'll just move on. They just, they'll just move on. They'll say, okay, something is over. They just move on. People call them a crybaby. They just move on. Whatever. Okay. And they'll go sit in the water and pour into themselves and just move on. Some people, they cry about something. They like, They start plotting and planning. You get real devious. Like, okay, they cry about something. They start you know, their brain start ticking. You're like, oh boy, okay, what they getting ready to do? You know, not that you get scared, but you just like, okay, yeah, just some people, they just, Anyway, so you just save yourself. You just save yourself the issue. You say, oh, you know what? You just move on. Here we have the 6 of Cups here. So yeah, so somebody could have been dealing with a dark, somebody who has dark Scorpio tendencies, right? Who can't rise above the judgment. Somebody can't rise above the judgment. It's hard for them to rise above the judgment. They just, yeah. But you see it's some fire in their chart. Somebody must have a lot of fire in their chart. Yeah. Yep. So somebody, so it brings us to 5. So 6 and 5, somebody must be a Leo. Somebody's moon is a Leo. Somebody's moon is a Leo. Somebody's very, very smart, but somebody's moon is a Leo. And so something you picked up on, you have a sixth sense. You're like, oh my God. Okay. So you picked up on something. And so you just started praying. You immediately started praying because somebody has a really, really bad temper. Yeah, somebody has a bad temper. Because somebody feels like something is their way or the highway. And so you're a prayer warrior, so you just started praying. So somewhere in your stomach, you probably started getting some kind of anxiety. Here we have the 9 of Wands here, because you weren't physically going back to something. Yeah, something you weren't physically going back to. I feel like you may have asked somebody, your child or somebody, something. You either you have a child, you asked them if they were okay, right? And they said yes, but they were lying to you about something. So you said, okay, somehow you were on your way somewhere, right? I don't know when you were on your way somewhere because this knight is on a horse. So unless you ride a horse, you could have been in your car, but you were on your way somewhere. 6 could be significant. 5 could be significance. Significant could have been 5 days ago, 6 days ago. But you could have felt a lot of anxiety driving somewhere, and something caused a lot of anxiety. Because I'm looking at the 9 of Wands, which is fire, like shut up in your spirit. But that's like in your spirit, it's like, okay, something is like don't go back. Something told you to look back, but not go back. But you trusted your intuition. You trusted your intuition because somebody felt like something was their way or the highway. So it's almost like somebody was like trying to bait you into coming back, like they wanted you to save them from something because you have a sixth sense. But this is a bait, like somebody was baiting you into something. Yeah, here's 2 of Swords here. To be blindsided by something, and something told you not to go back. This is what you and somebody have in common. Something told you not to go back. And those are your ancestors. And you were too high vibrational to go back. So good for you. Yeah, your ancestors said don't go back. Because in a physical sense, 2 of Swords, Taurus rules the 2nd house, right? And so whatever your sign is in the 2nd house. Whatever your sign is in 2nd house, right? So, so somebody has so Leo's ruled 5th house. So this is the Leo moon. And air, somebody could have a, Taurus moon or a Taurus sun sign. Either or, it's a Taurus sun, Taurus moon. But something, you know, somebody wanted you to, but you started pouring into yourself. Like this is you showing yourself some compassion. And again, this is like you can't pour from an empty cup. So you started somebody really started trusting their intuition, really started listening. But somebody really felt like something was there where the highway. So I'm picking up 3 energies, not just 2. I'm picking up 3 energies actually. So yeah, here we have judgment. So judgment is coming down on somebody. If somebody was literally obsessed with blindsiding you. Yeah. There's a Hierophant card here, but you are the Hierophant. Something about your spirit, you didn't have to see something to believe it. Because somebody, you're picking up on somebody, a family member, somebody was lying to you about something. Because they, family or friend, somebody was lying to you. They weren't telling you the truth about something. You could tell, right? Here's the 8 of Cups here. Yeah. Yeah, something about your energy is kind of sort of walking away. Because somebody is cold-hearted. They cold-blooded. And you're not getting caught up in some kind of loop. In hindsight, somebody's seeing something in hindsight. So there could be a Taurus that is obsessed. What are they obsessed with? Hold on. Yeah, there's 2 Taurus that are obsessed with money. Obsessed with money, Taurus sun, Taurus moon, obsessed with money. What I'm looking at here is you saw something like with somebody that caused you to recognize the situation was done. It was over. Because that's what the 6 of Cups is. 6 of Cups is let you know that either you had a conversation with someone or you saw something with your own 2 eyes that let you know something is over. So it's almost like no matter how many times you were lied to by this family member, you had to see something for yourself. And you saw everything you needed to see, just how cold these 2 energies are. Yeah, you saw something for yourself. But before that, where's the card? Yeah, before that, you saw you were smart enough to recognize the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups, you have a 6th sense. And like I said, without triggering anybody, and I'll say this kind of sound redundant by now because I've said it so many times in a lot of readings, but you saw that the spark had left someone's eyes. Because something made you cry. You picked up on an emotion that made you cry. You picked up on something. It's like somebody went to somebody you were either friends with or family or something and for help. And instead of them helping them behind closed doors, they went to they asked them for help. It's something that you recognize. They went to them for help. And they didn't come out the same. Yeah. So that's what gives you the victory, because now you like you're really tapped in. Like somebody's really tapped in. You're victorious. Yeah, here's a yeah, somebody wanted to send a message to create a divide between you and someone else. Yeah, somebody wanted to create this fire in someone else, like to create a divide. Wow. You know what I'm kind of sort of picking up on, whoever you are, is almost like somebody needed to create a divide. Like if it ever came down between who, like somebody had to choose me or you. Cause see how this person, this person is handing down a cup to a child here, right? So basically, okay, let me go back to this. So 6 of Cups. Okay, so death comes in many different forms. Something about you, excuse me, as a child, developed a sixth sense. And there's many different ways to develop a sixth sense. And I'm going to keep repeating it over and over again. Once you cry about something, you know something is over. It doesn't matter what you cry over. You can cry over a cheeseburger. Okay, you're not eating another cheeseburger again. Once a tear falls, you're done. Okay. Something was like really pulling on your spirit, like really pulling on your energy. But early on, these two energies right here, their love language is different than yours. That's how these two are connected. Their love language is different than yours, right? They love the material world, right? You made the connection with your heart, like you're developed like a love, like in terms of like this sixth sense in terms of compassion, you know, just kind of like, you know, that connection there. When people are that cold, when they like make inanimate objects more important than humans, then you're just like, okay, you're done. So yeah, but somebody set a tone early on, very early on, with something. But something is turning around here. Something is turning around here because Scorpio rules 8th house, right? The Judgment card, Pluto, is in Aquarius, and it's going to be in Aquarius until 2043. Right now it's retrograde, so it's almost like, okay, Source is giving people the opportunity to slow down and stop judging people based on, you know, generationally, right? It's their way or the highway. So that worked before, but somebody is starting to slowly come around. Somebody is slowly, but something is happening because somebody is now sending out a message that they're free. Their spirit is free. So it's almost like they're around other free-spirited people. Like they're around other, you know, people who are who don't mind being in the spotlight, who don't mind, you know, aligning themselves with people that maybe work 2 or 3 jobs. You know, it's not all about just, that's what I'm picking up on. Like this is, you know, they're not embarrassed about certain things. And that's what's sort of turning some things around. So whoever this energy is, somebody was worried about just the image. But now somebody is like, no, if they got to work 2, 3, 4 jobs, you know, They're just walking away from just the cold-heartedness of, you know, just the divide and what something appears to be and all of that. So then something is turning around. Whoever you are, something, that's the good news in all of this. Something is turning around. You're trusting your intuition. So you getting some rest. You're not even worried about something at this point. Yeah. So yeah. You're feeling balanced out right about now. Yeah, you're closing out a cycle and moving on. You're feeling balanced out. That's what you have in common with someone. You feel balanced out. That's how you can close out a cycle, because somebody kind of jumped to the conclusions about something, and but the corner, you turn in a corner with something. You're turning a corner. Yeah, but that's how people. That's a unintentional way of how people develop a sixth sense. That's an unintentional way, right? So something is happening real fast. People are getting focused real fast. They're getting focused real fast because something is generational. Something is generational, and I'm talking about like in terms of ego here, because it's almost like people are saying, if you leave the house, then here, you take this 1 cup of water with you. We'll keep 5, you take 1 cup of water, you know, with you. But with that 1 cup of water, you know, your punishment is going to be, we're going to lower your abundance and your prosperity and your reputation real fast, which is real cold, right? But things are turning around because more and more people are inspired to kind of sort of talk about things, kind of be, you know, free with just, you know, motivating and inspiring people. So somebody's kind of giving something some rest, giving it a rest. But it's inspiring in a positive way, not in a negative. All right, so let's see. So yeah, a lot of people had the same thing in common. A lot of people have the same thing in common. All right, so here we have the Temperance card. Yeah, so somebody now starting to see something from a higher frequency and balancing something out within. We have the Ace of Cups, and so you got new proposal, new feelings around things. Here we have the Five of Swords here, and somebody's now understanding how something could look like or mirror bullying. How somebody could see how somebody was trying to use words against somebody or being bullied in a situation. Right, here we have the Three of Cups here, and how somebody could feel like people's backs are being turned on them. Somebody's now starting to see something. Here's the Seven of Pentacles here, how the seed was planted. I mean, somebody's really starting to see something. Here we have the Justice card, how somebody could feel like somebody was an open enemy. Yeah, because the Six of Cups lets me know that somebody was just sent off with just like one thing. It's like basically when somebody leaves home and they're sent off with a curse instead of a blessing. And that's generational. So like if a person has like a really overbearing parent or parents, it's like, oh, you're never gonna make it, like you see in the movies. You're gonna flop. So here we have the Moon card. Yeah. So and then some people get into relationships like that. You know, they hear that in their relationships, that somebody's gonna ruin them when they move on. So, but somebody's leaving something behind. Somebody's leaving something behind, like leaving that behind. All right, that's what I have for you. So, hopefully I was able to shine a light on something for whoever it could be in a low place, so they feel like they were drowning, so I can help bring you back into enlightenment. So you can come back up to dry ground. And I see somebody's money growing. I see somebody in a friendship situation here. I see somebody like tapping into source, getting some rest. Here we have material harvest here. Yeah. So yep, somebody that's what I'm seeing here. Like somebody was sent off with a curse. That's what this is. So this is about decision, some kind of partnership. So you could have a partnership in business and or in love trying to come in for you. So it's about making some kind of a decision about your 11th house. About your 11th house. All right, I think that's it. Did I have a number? Let me get the number card here. Yeah, have faith. 400, so your angels hear you. Your angels have heard your prayers and felt your struggles. They stay with you and remind you that everything has a purpose, even though you may not understand it now. Remember that you are never alone, so do a full body stretch and ask your guides to send you love, peace, and signs. So trust that you see and feel when you wholeheartedly ask for these messages. So yeah. That is what I have for you. All right. Hopefully this is helpful. Bye.